Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you are well. Thank you for joining me this Sunday. I thought today we would continue our work with the body meditation and work on deepening it. So I wanted everybody to sort of get a sense as to how to go about it and to work with it. And now I'm going to work on making it deeper. So for people who have been struggling with it, this should help. I felt it was important not to start with this so people can get used to the idea, to the feeling of it, the release of tension, and get a certain level of comfort. And now as we focus on techniques on releasing in a deeper way, there's already been some preparation and some sense of confidence in the technique and what we can expect. This will help us to relax in a deeper way and also help people who feel they haven't quite gotten there with the technique, which could be actually most people, because it's relatively new to you all. And we're so used to hold and not relaxing and not doing these sort of mindful techniques. It does take a while. And if our body has held energy and tension for 30, 40, 50, 60 years, it doesn't suddenly let go. It doesn't suddenly have the easiness to just quickly hit the jettison button, but rather we're discovering how to go about it and kind of reminding the body, yes, you can release. And so these techniques will help to sort of aid the body in recapturing its sort of flows and riverbeds and direction of how energy should move. And energy should come in and energy should come out, kind of like a wave at the ocean, just in and out. Problem is, things come in and we kind of hold it like in a lake, and it just grows and grows, and the pressure and the pressure. Here we're learning on how to clear the streams so the water could start flowing back out to the ocean and the pressure can start going down. And so we'll focus on individual body parts and bring our intention to different ones. So where our focus is where our energy goes. But also we can direct our energy with our minds by inviting relaxation, by sort of willing ourselves in a way, in a light touch way, not in a forceful way, because I'll just create another block, but just saying, relax. And by focusing in individual parts, our awareness is more concentrated there. And because we try to feel what's in that part, body part, and we're focused on it, we'll be able to get more of a sense of what's going on in that location. And then we can invite in a more focused way a letting go and a release. And as we do that, it permits energy to move in our body. And other portions will start to relax, even if we're not focused on it, because the body is one organism. And so as we work on one part of our body, it affects another part. And there could be parts where things are blocked and other parts are backed up because that one place is blocked. Does that make sense? So we're going to do that. So we're going to lie back. I've been in movement the whole day. And I started lying back to just kind of center myself about, 10 minutes ago, 15. 17 minutes ago. And I stopped because I wanted to go through that process with you all and not just personally. When we come to the practice, we have everything that came before in our lives, but particularly during the day, especially if it's towards the end of the day or the late afternoon where I'm at. It's a lot's kind of gone into it, and we bring that with us. So I'm going to go through a little bit my process, and if people here it's 12 o'clock, noon, or late afternoon, or evening, and there is a certain energy to the day. You'll particularly be able to tap into what I'm saying, but everybody should, because they'll be just in a more subtle way, possibly. But I think it's a good way when you get into this practice to just tap in and check into where you are. All right? So, a few new techniques, and let's practice together. So, we lie back in our normal practice. This is our posture here, right? And for those who are tuning in for the first time, just hop on in and do the best you can. There's parts 1 through 4 on the live section, and then feel free to, later on in the week, go through those and catch up, right? So, okay. So, I would just take off your shoes. All that pressure with the laces. Make sure you could hear me properly here. All the pressure with the laces and everything. So, and even the socks. So our feet are just against the ground or against the carpet or the rug. The feet shouldn't be cold though, huh? Because cold holds in energy. And you should adjust so my voice is not too loud, so my voice doesn't disrupt you. I'm just sort of there in the background, loud enough that you can hear me, but not so loud that it disrupts your process. We put our hands over our belly button, or a little lower, wherever feels comfortable. Our elbows on the ground. Our legs slightly at an angle facing each other, the knees, so it holds itself up. So we don't have to hold our legs up. Naturally, they balance against each other. And everything feels comfortable. But when I sat, so that's our beginning posture. But when I sat down, and clearly I'm already a little more settled, but let me go back to what happened 20 minutes ago. So I lied down and I immediately sort of checked in because I literally still felt the movement. I've been doing a lot of moving around. So to do the check-in, it was very powerful. I put the palms of my hand over my face with the fingertips over the eyes or the knuckles, and the fingertips, sort of the middle of the fingers, the middle of the hand over the eyes, sort of, and then the fingertips on the head. And I just, with that position, the eyes, it became darker. And I find it to be a very powerful energetic position. The hands over the face really hit a certain energetic spot, and it really allows us to focus inward. All that stimulation to the eyes, even if we close our eyes, there's a lot of light. But putting our hands over our eyes really calms down the brain, as our eyes really aren't there's no incoming information from the eyes. And so from this position, just feel your body. What is it telling you? Where do you feel? Where does it hurt? Does it still feel like you're driving around or walking around? You still feel the strain of the day, pain of an injury, heartache, hurt, or happiness? You feel blissful. You feel healthy. You feel strong because you just worked out. So let's check in. How do you feel? And anywhere where you feel tension, you just invite it, you let it go. You just invite it to relax. And we permit ourselves to rest in a deeper way on the ground, on our carpet, on our parquet floor. We're trusting it to hold us. So we let go of our tension. We allow ourselves to just kind of spread out more there. As we breathe in and out, we just let go of any thoughts. Even if we're happy, that's an energy. We're not letting go of the happiness, but we're allowing ourselves to settle deeper. Turning inwards, and we're seeing how our body feels. We're allowing ourselves to relax into the stillness. Relaxing into the ground that's holding us. Now, feel to put your hands on your navel, eyes still closed. Take some deep breaths through the nose. Slow inhale and slow exhale. And we allow ourselves to get very relaxed. Adjust as you need to. Body relax, things shift. May need to adjust a little bit. So we can start with the feet. So see if you can feel your feet. I know it sounds a little funny. When I did this, I couldn't feel my individual toes. I think there were parts of my feet I couldn't feel. which I never noticed before because you look at your feet, and unless it's hurt, you don't necessarily try to feel anything. But when, for whatever reason, a lot of people can't feel all their body parts. So when we put our awareness there, and you can do an individual foot first. So I'm going to try my right foot first. So put your awareness in your right foot and see what you can feel. Now, don't draw a mental map of the foot and then see if you feel that and kind of impose yourself that image, but actually just see what you feel of your foot. And whether there's any tension, holding, or pain, you invite it to sort of be released. You sort of ask it to relax. Just think, relax, let go. The body will know what to do when you have those thoughts. And put your awareness on your toes. Can you feel all of them? What tension do you feel in them? Feel a little brittle, kind of a high energy tension, and you just invite it to release. Okay, you can move your toes a little bit. You want to sort of adjust them or kind of crack them a little bit as things release. You just invited the tension to go. And then the sort of bottom part of the foot, bottom side of the foot, the heel. Sort of what do you feel there? Tendons, the ligaments, the muscles, the bone. You put your awareness there and invite it to release. We hold a lot in our feet. Our feet hold up our bodies. We walk. Everything involves the feet. So let's take a moment. Just sort of allow it to go. We get to breathe. Put your awareness there and inhale as if it's being inhaled for the foot. And as you exhale, you're exhaling any tension or hurt or pain as a release of it. top of the foot and the ankle. You may feel energy released from other places, or a new tension come up as energy is released in one place. You just invite that energy to go. It's a continual release. Let the surface that we're lying on absorb it. No longer belongs to us. We release tension. Now we could, awareness in our body, compare how our left side is feeling, side we haven't worked on, with our right side. Just no judgment, but just feel, how is it different? Noticeably so, a little bit. The difference only in the foot, but does somehow the whole left side, right side, feel different than the left? Is our right side naturally now releasing more energy than our left side? There seems to be more movement there. Even though we're not doing a technique right now, I feel energy continually unlocking on my right side. My whole right side feels more open and spacious. My left side, I'm having problems feeling it, and it feels denser. And I have less awareness of it. I haven't put my intention there. Feels on my right side that there's more flow. It's amazing, working on the foot, and suddenly the whole left side feels much lighter, much less blocked. That shows the importance of the foot. There's a major, major chakra point in the middle of the foot, on the bottom side. It's what we say, become grounded. Well, our foot literally grounds us, literally. And a lot of energy that we hold is released to the foot, especially the right foot. So let's do the same with our left foot, shall we? And when you practice at home, you can do both feet at the same time, if you don't have a lot of time, or when you've developed the ability to. But for now, it's important to sort of do each, because we're still developing the skills. And there's still a lot of holding. So each one really deserves our full attention as we sort of get things moving, so to speak. So let's put our awareness in our left foot. What does it feel like? What can we feel of our left foot? Any spots that we can't really feel? I really can't feel the third and fourth toes at all. Oh, now I could feel the third. And now I could feel the fourth. So it can be subtle. By putting your awareness there, the foot awakens. You connect in a deeper way. So now we kind of invite any energy of the foot to leave. Just sort of whatever you feel. You might want to adjust, move the ankle. Things are already cracking a little bit. That's good. What we can, which is the general release right now. My left foot already feels much more alive and much more similar now to the right foot. So now focus on the individual parts. The big toe, its joints, sort of meat in it. If there's any tension, we invite it to release. As I focus on my big toe, I feel a tension and a pain suddenly come up from the center of my foot. So as it comes up, because as we release things, new things can come up. As it comes up, my awareness goes to that. And I invite it to sort of release. And as it shifts, then I go back to the big toe and continually move along. So let's focus on the big toe a little bit. The other toes and the little pinky toe, the small toe. That small toe really, for me, it feels like it's holding a lot. Probably from being squished in a shoe. So, feel what it feels. Just by feeling it, truly, it already naturally causes it to release. It's almost like it needs to be seen. It needs to be felt. It needs to be acknowledged. And that itself seems to move the energy so that can go away. Focus on all the toes together. Don't forget to breathe. Inhale, slow exhale. Letting the energy go out like a wave getting pulled back into the ocean. Just to sort of just flows back out. So giving it permission to flow out. Like a stream going down a mountain, just naturally flows downhill. Not a steep mountain, just going downhill. So it's just flowing out. We're allowing the release. Just allow the flowing out. Focus the underside of the foot, top of the foot, the side of the foot. Any pain, any tension. Put your awareness there. Feel it. Invite it to release. And the ankle, same. interesting. We've only been working with the feet, and yet now I feel like my spine is squished and not lined up anymore, like the whole body has released, and therefore it's not quite in the same right position. Because what was right before now is not adjusted with the relaxation. So look at your body and see if you need to adjust a little bit. Move those elbows to take into account that your body has now relaxed, and therefore your spine can be a little straighter. Your elbows were not in the best position before. They were, but as you relaxed, suddenly they have more room to sit in a different way. Amazing, right? Now we could focus on the tension of the shin bone, the bone between the knee and the elbow, the knee and the ankle. Well, first put your awareness in both feet at the same time, the best you can, and invite any more tension in the feet to leave. Remember to use your breath. Just inhale the tension that you're feeling, and allow it to exhale through the nose, the tension that you felt. It's a technique, it takes practice. The exhale could even feel a little stuffy or thick. And that's actually the energetic tension that you're exhaling. Yes, it's real. Yes, it's possible. Just take my word for it till you get that experience yourself. So let's focus on that bone. And now we're gonna, purpose of the time, for time purposes, we're gonna focus on both sides of the body at the same time, but you could do it individually on your own practice if you wish. So we're gonna focus on the knees, the bone that's between the knees and the ankle, and feel any tension you feel there. You could focus a little bit on the left and a little of the right. You kind of feel that tension. You sort of invite it to release. Now, if it's too hard to focus on both at the same time, and even I'm finding it a little challenging, you could focus on one a little bit and then go to the other a little bit, and then let it to go. For me, I find a very sharp tension there. Like it's an intense, brittle tension. Bone holds a lot. So we feel that high energy tension, and we just bring it a little, soothe it. Just allow it to feel soothed, relaxed, calm down. Putting a cream over a sunburn. Just sort of allow it to just become a little more milky and smooth and cool. We invite that energy to move down through the foot and out. And we could feel more energy in our foot as the energy moves. And we just invite it all to relax and leave. Just rolls down through the foot into the ground. The ground just absorbs it. Even though I haven't done anything, now I'm starting to feel the energy move from the bone on the upper part of the leg, the one between the knee and the pelvis. So it's interesting, right? Because I invited the energy to leave from the lower part of the leg. That sort of unblocked things. And therefore the energy that's in the upper part of the leg, without me even having to focus on it, is now starting to roll off and down. It's sort of rolling out through the foot because we've cleared the blockages. And that energy was just looking for a clear route for it to move. It didn't have any of its own stuckness. It was just backed up. See the power of the technique? So now you could focus on your knee. Awareness on the inside of the knee if you can. Now for many of us, our knees are completely numb. The inside, you're like, what? How do I feel that? You can. It takes some time. If you can't. But to the best you can, you put your awareness and see what you do feel. And you invite relaxation. The energy goes down the leg through the foot into the ground. Those who can feel their knees, the kneecap, two joints together, the space in between the joints, even the space between the kneecap and the joints, the underside of the knee, how sensitive the skin is there. An open space directly under the kneecaps that's actually very sensitive on the inside if you push in. How the lower leg bone feels different there than the upper leg bone. The lower leg bone being lighter, the upper leg bone feeling like it's holding a lot more density. It's thicker. How it feels around the bone. And I say all these things to show that yes, you can feel all that. Sense it. Just a question of relaxing enough and practice to awaken those little nerve endings, which are all over there, to get that information. And we invite it to relax, let go, release. Release any tension in our foot again, because it could feel tighter again with that energy coming down. So we're just relaxing that. Now I've been focused all on the right leg. Also, now I'm going to focus a little bit on the left one. I just realized I put nothing there on the left. Now the thick bone between the knees and the pelvis. Put your awareness there in both of them. Relax, feel what you feel. Thickness, muscle of that upper calf area, upper thighs, one of the biggest muscles in the body, if not the biggest. Invite the energy to release out. A couple deep breaths. Just the out breath, just release out any tension. And it's a general release. You're not thinking of any part. Just exhaling out. Oof. Now focus on the hips. Boy, the hips hold so much. I think it's the densest part of our bodies. So put our awareness area where the leg attaches to the side, the back, the front, that bone we call the pelvis. Holds our upper body against our lower body, the legs, the one that the spine attaches to. Boy, that pelvis really holds us all together. What does our bone there feel like? Just put your awareness in there and see, what in the world does this feel like? For many people, they've never really put any thought of it, unless it's injured. But short of ever being injured, have you ever really stopped to think, try to feel what that feels like? So let's take a moment, put our awareness there. Let's try to feel what we can feel. And as we breathe there, we just invite just to relax. And maybe we see something in our mind's eye, and we just relax that. A memory of something random that we just, it's like a image that's held in the energy, and we just release it. Brittleness, the tightness, the holding, the tension. And interestingly enough, as I release from my pelvis, hip area, suddenly parts of my upper leg is now releasing energy that I didn't know it held. So if the exhale, kind of do what I mentioned, I think, on Wednesday, just almost like, in the bath, you just move your hands and you move some water towards the far side of the bath. You just sort of energetically just, oof. So as you inhale or exhale through the mouth or the nose, you kind of feel the lower part of your body, your foot, your legs, your pelvis. And if you feel any tension, you just invite the whole area to release. Now put your awareness in your lower half of your body and see what it feels like now. No technique, but just feel it. Try to remember the difference from when you started. Feels less dense, doesn't it? Now, I wanted to only do the lower half today, but as I feel it in my body, I don't think you can really go halfway. This is too much of a difference. The bottom feels very light and airy or open, and the upper half feels thick and dense and very different. So, if you don't mind, we'll do the upper body as well. I just don't think it's good to energetically do it halfway like this. So let's just keep working our way up, shall we? So the next part, which we'll feel the most, is our hands. Because it's over our belly button or a little further down. And I'm not going to go into the details of the hand, because it'll take a lot of time, just like with the foot. But just try to feel your overall hand, not the individual fingers. Just feel any tension you feel in your hands. Fingers, thumbs, palm. And it's on top of your belly button or stomach. So we're not going to try to isolate right now. So just feel that area where your hands are and ask those areas to release and relax. And you're asking it to release downwards. Just the flow is down through your legs and out your feet. Just inviting that area you feel. And you could feel your organs inside. Yes, that's possible. And areas inside the abdominal area. And that's possible. And you just invite it to be calm and to release any holding or tension. You need to readjust your lower back. Interestingly, as I release and relax the abdominal hand area, I felt energy flow up from my legs, a lighter energy. And I felt that my lower half of my upper body connect with my legs that it wasn't before because of the difference. And now it feels like more of a whole, which is why I didn't want to stop halfway. Understand? So the next further down are our elbows. So we're not going to focus too much, take too much time. But whatever you could feel of the bone between the hands and the elbow itself on both sides. Like I feel a little, not pain, but a kind of sharpness from the elbows. So you just relax it and allow it to leave. You feel it, and on the out breath, you just breathe it out. And as you do this, you can feel other areas suddenly get new tension as it's shifting. Like this bottom of my back suddenly feels that it caught some of that released energy and it felt tense again. So my awareness goes to that area and I invite that to release. We're clearing the pipes. You could move your legs a little bit if you need to. Get that, if your spine needs to readjust a little bit. Kind of give it a little bit of a movement and reset if you need that. So we got the hands, we got the elbows. So the next part is the upper chest. The navel upwards, kind of up to the neck. Your awareness there, breathe into that spot. Feel what you feel and just invite it to release and relax any tension from the ribs, heart area, sacrum area, the chest bone. Boy, the ribs hold a lot of energy. See if you can feel your ribs. We're not focusing too much today, but see what you could sense and invite the release and the relaxation. You feel tension in your elbows again, just put your awareness there and release and relax. Great, so we could do the very upper body, shoulders, necks. That area holds a lot of tension, but it's a more thickness to it. You notice how it feels lighter and thinner, but when you get up there, as a man at least, it feels thick. Shoulders can be huge muscles, one of the strongest part of the body. And the neck, shoulder bones. Just relaxation. And lastly, is our heads. Very complicated. So let's put our awareness there. So what's going on here? There's a lot. The delicateness of the eyes, the tissue of the eyes against the eyelids. Fragile, very delicate. Delicate bones of the cheeks. Cheekbones, so fragile. Jawbones, a lot of strain at the hooking of the jawbone against the skull. Maybe the teeth area. Nose feels very cartilage-like. Our skull feels thick. Top of it feels very thin and fragile. Our eyebrows feel thick, holding a dense sort of tension. There's a lot of things energetically in one space. And then the skull feels, the brain feels very it's not a bone. It feels very there's a density, but you can't separate it. It feels like one mass. Thickness. So put your awareness. I say that so it starts unlocking in people the possibilities of what you can feel. So by me pointing it out, these different spots, so people who can't feel that, they'll be like, oh. And so they start focusing on that. And by focusing and somebody saying it, well, I can feel like this, you can start searching for what that could feel like. And that will begin to unlock these sensations. So by you getting access to that, then you'll be able to energetically invite it to relieve, to release, because you've opened your access to that. And by relaxing and releasing, we're relaxing the nervous tension in our body that holds our emotions, our thoughts. It begins to unlock. So there's a freshness, a draining of the cup, a movement, open space. So you have more available in your life to be less reactive, more balanced. And when you do the mantras and stuff, you've unlocked the energy. So there's less for the energetic practices to bump up against because it's more open And so you'll feel the practices more. They'll be more effective. You'll be able to feel the different energies by the different names or the different combination of names. And you realize, oh, that's what he was talking about. This one is more like this, and that one's more like that. Because overall, your body and its abilities are unlocking, and you can sense it and feel it and grow in your awareness as to possibilities. Yes? And this will probably much help lower blood pressure and all sorts of things. So when we look at our heads, it's the last part. So take some moment and feel what's there and invite whatever you're feeling to just release and let go. Any tension, any strain, any sort of high tension, right? Any sort of, not a dullness, but a high tension that could be felt in the more delicate parts of the face. You just, by releasing it, you feel it getting smoothed, putting an anointment on it. So it feels like more whole, more healed. You see, what we're doing is, you look at the rest of your body, you feel like it's now feels more healed, doesn't it? Doesn't it feel less brittle? And doesn't it feel more moistured, more calm, healthier, right? Anyway, let's go and do our face. Our face, the energy could radiate out from the face, could radiate up, and it could radiate down. So just be open as to which direction the energy goes. And it could just radiate in any direction. You're just asking it to release. Exhale. We'll exhale. Now put your awareness over your whole body. See how it feels now. Doesn't it feel more whole? Energies flowing, healthier in a way. As you inhale, you put your intention over your whole body, just slightly, whatever that feels like for you. Just feel what, you inhale, you feel your whole body as the oxygen fills in your body, in your lungs. And then when you exhale, you're relaxing in your release. And you're relaxing your whole body on the exhale. So inhale, You feel your whole body as you inhale. Exhale, you're relaxing your body. Let's try that for 3 or 4 times. Through the nose. And on the exhale, you hold it out a little bit, like I spoke about a week ago. Exhale at 80%, and then hold it there at 80% out. Don't immediately inhale. Leave that pause there, that sort of open hold. Actually, a closed hold, but anyway. So you allow it to kind of radiate out a little more when it just stops there. Okay? Just try that. Like a hold with an energetic slight, just a little push of that energy outwards. Just a little nudge, just kind of giving a little nudge for it to radiate out. It's not necessarily downwards through the legs, but radiate out from any direction. It's just like, oof. We have a state of pretty good relaxation. Let's work with one chakra point. Then we'll do 10 minutes of our own practice where we deeply relax and let go. Sort of done the individual body parts. And now we'll just do our own practice where we really put our awareness in our bodies and maybe go a little deeper and just rest deeper in ourselves. So where our hands are over our belly button, imagine we're breathing into a spot about 2 inches beneath the belly button. About an inch. Be in different places. I think it'll be just as effective there. But just beneath the surface of where the belly button is and where our hands meet. We're just gonna, when we focus, we're gonna pretend we're breathing in from that spot inside. It's a very powerful, energetic spot in many different traditions. And we're just gonna breathe under the navel, and we could feel it underneath with practice. And then we're going to exhale, releasing the energy in our body. That area under the navel, an area that holds and brings in energy that goes to our entire body. So by breathing in there and relaxing from there, we really activate and release from our entire body. So try that a few times. That feels good to you, and try it some more. But then however you feel, just do your practice for about 10 minutes. And for some people, you need to stop now, which is fine. You've had enough. If you wish to go deeper, it's fine. You feel it's good for you to do so. If you feel it's not good for you to do so, then feel free to stop. I think it's good after this level of going deep to let the technique be put aside and just be with our bodies, be in the relaxation. Just be more open form as it comes up. We continue the technique as needed. And we relax, we release tension, release the pain, physical, mental, whatever. We just release the water in our dam. Okay, 10 minutes, my friends. that's fine. This is to heal. Sometimes at the end of one of these practices, there's nothing better than to fully go to sleep. Allow our body to have a deep reset. So feel free. One else. Slowly come back into yourself. Move slowly, rub your eyes. Allow your body to kind of boot back up. We are one body. It includes our minds. We are not just our minds. We are not just our bodies. Body and mind, one. So when we go on a religious journey, a spiritual journey, we try to understand and feel energy and mantras, sacred space. Feel in our hearts prayers and songs, more compassion and love. A lot of that involves our bodies, whether we think of it or not. If our bodies are saturated, our senses are dulled, our abilities are capped. So this is a very, very important thing to open our dams, unclog our streams, and allow the water to flow, the tension to flow, everything we're holding and built to start being released. So our capacities increase. I said a couple of weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, if you need to, always feel free to check in with a doctor or whatever, to see if those practices are good for you. If you have any special things that you need to look after, always check in. For some people, these practices might be destabilizing. So check in. Anyway, thank you for being with me today. I envy a little bit those who are able to turn around and go to sleep and have that deep rest. And I'll be with you all on Wednesday. Thank you for joining with me today. And have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.